Welcome to Vision Plus and welcome back to Discipline for Mathematics. We are now doing example 5 under equation of a circle. Example 5 says that we are given equations of different circles and that we need to find the centers and the radii of each of the circles. So for part A says that we are given x plus a half squared plus y minus 1 out of 4, which is a quarter, equals to 1 out of 4. What do we need to do to find the center and the radius? We need to compare this equation to the equation of a circle given by this format. So we're going to compare the terms. Comparing. So on comparing the terms, you see clearly that x plus a half corresponds to x minus a. So you say therefore x plus a half equals to x minus a. And then you make a the subject of the formula. And clearly you will find that a is negative a half. And in the same manner we go to b. Still therefore, on comparing y minus a quarter equals to y minus b. Y minus a quarter is the same as y minus b. And then you make b the subject of the formula. And you find that b equals to positive 1 out of 4. I'm seeing x here, I don't know what I did here, but this should be a. If we make a the subject of the formula, we find that a equals to negative half, b equals to positive quarter. After that, you say therefore, my center is negative a half and then positive quarter in that manner. And you go on again to compare compare 1 out of 4 to r squared. So also 1 out of 4 equals to r squared. Then we take the square root on both sides. So that you find that r equals to a half. The square root of 1 out of 4 is a half. So therefore, the radius in this case, r is a half units or 0.5 units. And that is the solution to part A. Going to part B. Part B says that we have x plus 2 squared plus y minus 1 would be squared equals to 3. Then you write the general form of the equation of the circle to guide you, which is given by x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. And then we compare the terms. On comparing the terms, we find that x plus 2 corresponds to x minus a. Therefore, x plus 2 corresponds to x minus a. And then you make a the subject. On making a the subject, we find that a equals to negative 2. That is the answer. Also, in comparing the terms, y minus 1 corresponds to y minus b. So y minus 1 equals to y minus b. And then you make b the subject of the formula. In this case, b becomes positive 1. After getting a and b, then you simply say that the center is negative 2 and 1, which is AB. And then you go to the radius, you compare 3 equals to r squared. Also, 3 equals to r squared. Take the square root on both sides. Find the root of 3 equals to radius. If you want to write in decimal places, write 40 pieces. Therefore, the radius r is root of 3 units. So for part B, the center is negative 2 and 1, and the radius is root 2 units. Root 3 units actually. And then going to part C, which is the last part of example 5. Part C says that we are given x plus 3 squared, x plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared. Y minus 2 squared equals to 13. Still you write the general form of the equation of the circle, which is given as x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to ri squared. Then on comparing the terms, you see clearly that x plus 3 corresponds to x minus a. X plus 3 corresponds to x minus a. Then you find a by making it the subject of the formula. In this case, a becomes negative 3. And then you go on and find b by comparing y minus 2 to y minus b. So also, y minus 2 equals to y minus b. And then you make b the subject of the formula. In this case, our b becomes positive 2. So you say now the center is negative 3 and positive 2. After getting the coordinates of the center, then you go on and find the radius by comparing 13 to r squared. So also 13 equals to r squared. Take the square root on both sides. Find that root of 13 equals to r. Therefore, the radius r is root 13 units. Root 13 units. So this is the solution to example 5, and this is the last example we are doing in finding the center and the radius when we are given the equation of a circle. If you have questions, please send them. Why are students most likely to make mistakes? You find that the student is comparing this term containing x to the term containing y. That is wrong. You compare the term x to the term x. A student also might decide to compare the second term in y to the first term containing x. No. Always rearrange your question or your formula in the manner that matches, so that x corresponds to the x term in this case, y corresponds to y, even r corresponds to r. There are some cases where the equation is given when the radius is on the same side and then they equate it to 0. Then you must think and rearrange it in a manner that matches the equation of a circle. The order does not matter. You can begin by comparing this side to r squared. There's no problem. You can start by getting r first. Or you can even begin by comparing the second term, which contains y, to the second term here containing y, so that you find b first. There is no problem. And then in the end, you can come back, compare the terms containing x to the equation of the circle and get a. So the order of getting a, b and r doesn't matter. You can begin with r, b, then a, or you can begin with b, r and a. But in the end, you must find a, b and r.